Going first, I'm going to assume that's what the dice means.
Yeah, probably, I would guess.
I appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah,
Let us know.
Yeah, he's definitely a methodical player and really does everything by the rules, by the book, and very clear about his actions watching him play. So,
very methodical.
Yep. Definitely. Alright, so I thought we were going to be starting here, but I guess we're kind of just waiting a little bit. So
I think they're waiting for one last table to finish setting up here.
We could talk a little bit about some other pairings this round.
Yeah, because there's a lot of interesting ones. The top tables with Joe Rudiger and Xander Pero at table 1 at 802 and 811 respectively. Joe being at 26 points and Xander being at 25. Usually to make top 8 you need approximately 30 points, give or take depending on how big the tournament is.
At least 30, can be 31, 32.
Yeah, somewhere right in that ballpark. So another win for Joe pretty much puts him there where he can just draw out for the rest of the day, and he's pretty much locked. Xander probably needs 2 wins because he doesn't have that extra point from the draw. Right. He has a loss instead.
Joe is about to make his 3rd straight top 8?
Yeah.
Third or 4th?
3rd or 4th. He's flying.
Oh, man, that's crazy. He's on fire, honestly. Wow. Then we have Daniel Altavilla versus Simon Nerode at table 2. So both big names also. I think we're having some announcements here. So excuse us while the announcements go down.
Is Justin Miranda Radford.
And they're going to start for the TCG.
They're starting during the announcements. All right, that's cool. That's cool. So we've got nice, perfect timing on that clock of 50 minutes, pretty much almost exactly, give or take a couple seconds. So that's talent.
Did it preemptively. He was like, it'll take about 4 minutes to start here, and had it on the dot. It was nice.
Psychic. So we've got an Ultra Ball from Chris to start off. What's he going to be going here with the Ultra Ball? He doesn't play Bridget, so we're not going to see that.
Yeah, it might be like a Remoraid to start setting up the artillery. It could be a second Riolu. He probably doesn't want the Regirocks yet. Buzzpool's not a bad thing to grab if he knows what the matchup is, but with the lead Mew, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of decks that could be running Mew.
I think at this point, the decks are pretty much known to all the players.
Yeah.
Usually someone posts them on Facebook the night before. This is what each player's playing. So Chris has probably done his homework. He probably knows what Jake's playing.
Yes. Give us 1 second here, Goomy Gamer, and I will get that for you. That is a good thing for you guys to have.
Yeah, we could make a command with that for sure.
Yep, I will do that. Take just a minute.
Oh, that doesn't have the decks, though.
I got the link to it.
All right, well, Josh is busy here trying to make the stream better for you guys, trying to add more features. And right now we have Chris played an N, and he's got one of his 3 Regirock on the bench. Actually, he plays 3 of them, which is the first player we've seen play more than 1, I think.
Yes, usually it's a one of, and they're saying, you know what, I want all of them.
All of them. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. It's kind of reminds me of like Deoxys EX when that used to buff damage on the bench, and you'd play like 3 or 4 in a deck. But he's also got another Riolu and a Remoraid ready to go there. And Jake's going to do his initial deck search.
Yes, there should be a way for me to make this a nice command for you guys.
So that extra 10 damage, or 20 damage, or 30 damage probably goes a long way. And taking a long time getting a Bridget there. All right, so he does go for the Bridget. And gonna set up all those Zoroas. Maybe less because he wants to be cautious about the fighting weakness that Zoroark has. So he might not want to bench as many as he normally would in this matchup. Then we have 2. Maybe he goes for a Riolu. Oh, we're gonna go for 3 Zorua. mean, that works. He could just go for the aggressive strategy, trying to trade through the whole deck and just kind of
he's going.
Overwhelm Chris before Chris gets set up here. But
that's kind of what we saw yesterday.
That is definitely a strategy. That's a way to win.
Is that the game that the straight Lucario player ended up losing was because we didn't have he got end to 1 and then didn't have any way to get his resources back, didn't have that artillery set up, and just kind of lost from there.
Exactly. So there's that alternate art from Sycamore again.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So drawing a new 7. Oh, there's a Pokemon catcher. That is a catcher.
It's a counter catcher?
Is it a counter catcher or a regular catcher? Is this list? Oh, no, it's a regular catcher. It's just, he plays 3 Pokemon catcher.
Actual Pokemon catcher.
Yeah,
Man, I haven't seen that card
catcher.
in forever.
Nope. I thought it looked like the art for it. Yeah. Here it is.
Hard to see from this far away.
Oh, you got a Tails. Feels bad.
Feels bad.
Rip old catcher. No
I would play the old catchers without the flip text on it, and then flip every time anyway because I don't cheat. But I think I miss the old catcher. You got to get those shiny secret rare ones that used to be like
oh my gosh,
$80.
those were so expensive. If you had a playset of those, man.
Yep. And then if you guys want to see what the deck lists are for the top 32, you can type in the chat as !top 32 decks. So top 32, if you do exclamation point top 32, you will see the players. Top 32 decks will pull up the list of all of the decks that they are playing.
Wow, that is fancy. And before chat spam, top 32
chat spam.
decks. But let's get back to the game. Wow, first prize really quick for Chris here. Knocking out a Zorua with Riolu. Not something you see every day.
No, not the frequent trade that's going to be made, but it does happen.
Should probably put some sort of cooldown on this command.
Can only be used so often.
Yeah, every amount of minutes or chat lines. Alright, so Jake gets a Lele here.
We'll say every 3 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
Fun's about to end.
It's about to end, boys.
Oh my gosh, yes. So the way that we saw Pram's opponent win yesterday, I'm sorry, I just can't remember his name right now. It was
Francisco
yes.
Hernandez.
Francisco, yes. Good memory right there. So the way Francisco won this matchup yesterday as a Zoroark player was to knock out the artillery, play N, and then Pram had a dead hand for several turns. So that's a good strategy here, is for the Zoroark player to cut off the straight up Lucario player's draw while continuing to have access to trades in the late game. And what Chris wants to do is kind of take early prizes and just apply a lot of pressure.
Yes, he just needs to get ahead in the prize count, so that way by the time that the Zoroark player is all set up, he can start sneaking ahead.
Yes, definitely, because once the Zoroark player is set up, the board state is just naturally stronger. Abyssal Hand is really good for drawing cards, obviously, but trade is just more powerful.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter how many cards you have in your hand, you can always trade.
Unless you have 0.
Okay.
Unless you have 0 cards,
Sure.
in which case
Right.
trading is not an option.
That's very true.
You cannot trade nothing for more.
That's true.
But luckily you do draw a card
You
every
draw a
turn,
card
so you will at
pretty
least
much
have
never
a
having
card.
0 cards, unless that's some card you really, really need to keep.
Yeah.
But
See Jake take his first prize here.
2 strongs on that thing.
It is a very strong Lucario.
Very strong. So Chris has the float stone, so he puts up the artillery, knowing he can retreat it for free, and he wants to keep that float stone there for the rest of the game. All right, we should be back.
Should be back. Hopefully the internet stays.
Yeah,
Convention Center Internet, boys.
Yeah, not too much we can do. We're on Wi-Fi also, so that's not great.
Oh wow, I definitely said
But okay. I think we, hopefully we can stay afloat here.
Yep. Prize count is
man,
definitely
yeah,
wrong. I think it's 2 and 3.
I have no clue what's going on in the game anymore, unfortunately. Trying to deal with those technical difficulties there. But I can go over and check. I mean, it looks like 2-2, maybe?
Yeah. If you want to go check, you're welcome to, and then we can get it updated for the stream.
Yeah, I can go check. And there is a VGC channel, but I don't know if they're having the same problems we are.
Yeah, unsure. But yeah, we should be back. We'll be up and running. We're going to get that prize count for you because we're a little behind because we were trying to fix everything, get it back up for you all. Okay. Prize counts are currently 3-3. The overlay all updated for you.
Okay, so yeah, apparently it definitely looks like Jake has taken the upper hand in this matchup. In this game right now while we've been gone, but Chris still has the Octillery there, and he does have a Lucario that's got an energy on it, so it could be worse.
Yes, it could.
I'm just describing the game state.
Yeah.
As y'all can see.
Definitely not in bad positions on either side, both are kind of set up. Chris definitely not in the best as good of a position as Jake appears. He does have the Octillery, so he's not. It's hard for him to dead draw. We see the Buzzwole in his hand, which probably comes down and might get some energies on it to start dealing some spread damage around and trying to get some knockouts. And Chris just says, you know what, I don't need that. This Mew's going down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but apparently Jake does play 2 Mew, so he was anticipating running into this matchup.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be really important, or has been already. And a Mewtwo.
Yeah, 3,
2 Mew and a Mewtwo.
4, 5, 6. So I'm curious. So if Chris has so I know he has an energy in his hand. We know he has the Buzzwole in his hand. If he happens to have a Guzma, and actually now the Lucario's evolved, it's not as relevant, but he could have got the Guzma to get the knockout there.
When some show up, I do them.
Okay.
Lucario GX does have a lot of life, sitting at the 210 range.
Yeah, but I think that Jake's deck list is actually very smart, and he anticipated Lucario being a big deal at this event, hence the 2 Mew.
Yep.
And that is really working out for him. So really heads up deck building, predicting the meta really well there.
And Chris is getting N down to 1. Luckily, he does still have the Octillery on the bench. No float stone anymore. Getting field blowered away this turn. But he'll be able to at least go up to 5 cards after that, the 1-card top deck.
Very true. Octillery definitely keeping him afloat, giving him hope in this game. Yeah, because a lot of players talked about Lucario. Like, is it good? Is it the real deal? Is it actually going to be played? And it does turn out that it's represented pretty well here tonight.
And we have a nail biter of a game. They're both down to 1 prize left on both sides. Chris making the decision of what he wants to promote here.
Chris is pretty much done for on board, though. He doesn't really have anything going on.
Yeah.
And Jake still has access.
He has an N in his hand, but he's
trades.
ending himself down to 1. Doesn't do much. Ending Jake down to 1 doesn't do much because of Zoroarks.
So at this point, it looks like Jake is just going to have to figure out a way to take the last prize.
Yep.
But Chris still hanging in there because
Yep. Says I'm gonna Octillery first.
That
we're
one
gonna
prize
we're gonna
is-
we're gonna hit what we need.
conceding
Step
when you
one.
have 1 prize never feels good.
Yes.
And like right now, I mean, Jake doesn't have the win on board, so might as well keep going. Got a Super Rod. Some energies back in.
We're in a Sycamore. Draw my 7 cards.
Okay, an
He sees the
Ultra
Buzzwole.
Ball, an energy.
He has a strong energy, so
And
that's
a
3,
Buzzwole.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the Regirock. He's so close to getting that knockout on the
Oh my
Mew.
gosh, but so far. Yet so far.
No choice band. Oh, he has a choice band too.
Does he? Oh my gosh.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's 10 off because I believe it's 110.
Can he get?
Oh, he can Ultra Ball for
get
another
the other
Regirock.
Regirock. Yeah,
Does
he
he have-
plays 3.
Yeah. I think if Chris sees the line here, as long as he has
Is
a
this-
Regirock in his deck, he has it with the Buzzwole. Don't discard the choice band. Yeah, there you go. No.
Oh my gosh. Is it prize? No, I think it's prize.
His last prize is the Regirock. Oh no!
That's not it there, right? Oh, that's it.
I'm so confused.
Is it not a knockout? Do we have our math wrong?
Sure, pull up Regirock for me.
We'll just redo
Yeah.
the math here.
We're doing the math. 30 off Buzzwole's normal attack.
40-50.
40-50 off the strong energy. Regirock gives plus 30, correct?
No, I think it gives plus 10.
Is it just plus 10? That is 30.
I
might be
think
wrong.
It's 30. Yeah, it's 10. There's a problem.
Okay,
with that. It's
that's
like
where my
100
math was
really.
wrong. I was thinking it was 30 for some reason. Everything
I
else
was-
is increments
I
of 30.
know, Yeah, I was not sure, but it is 10.
Yeah, he's gonna retreat to the Regirock.
It's not even close.
Yeah, no, he's off. Okay.
He needs a 20. He has 120, right?
Chris does not run an
That
Oricorio.
would be too broken if it was 30.
Yes.
I thought I was missing something, but yeah.
Yeah, if Regirock is plus 30, that's what I was
All good.
thinking he had it.
But it's over anyways.
Yep. Yeah,
We're
so
back.
a quick ending there.
Yep, that was
Kind of what we
intense.
expected though. They're both down to 1 price. It was just
So yeah, so we
I'm
had a
gonna show
little
you
trouble
and-
getting back into that game after the technical difficulties. It was a little hard to jump back in. So sorry about that, but
yeah.
yeah, Jake ended up winning that one.
Just barely, really, right down to the wire. And shuffle up.
Okay. Waiting for game 2 here. Definitely Jake can take all the time in the world for sure. First game took 20 minutes there.
It's pretty average, I think. About 20-minute games.
Yeah, definitely seems about right. He's slowest shuffler award 2018.
Yep.
So in this matchup, yeah, Jake just kind of did what we were kind of talking about, like applied early pressure and just had resiliency late game with the trades. He never really ran out of resources, just could continue to go through his deck. And Chris just kind of had a good start, but struggled to finish it out and kind of struggled to keep his board going.
Yes. Absolutely. And then this one.
And this game, I guess Chris is just going to want to go faster than Jake. I mean, his strategy here has just got to be like overwhelm him by taking out the quick early knockouts. But the double Mew,
Yeah, double Mew's kind of rough when all your things are weak to psychic.
definitely. The double Mew is
Yeah.
really threatening for Christopher.
Yes, and for those in chat wondering about the top 32 decks command, it is on a 3-minute cooldown, so one person gets to use it once every 3 minutes. So no more spam.
Yeah, just scroll up a bit if you want to find the last person who used the command and just avoid spam in the chat.
Yep.
And there's the other Mew, so they're both here, ready to go.
Yep.
All set.
Probably gonna see a Zora.
I'm thinking Jake is just pretty favored in this matchup now that I saw that last game.
Yeah, the double Mew is crucial.
Really changes it around from something that
The fact that
was
Jake is
potentially bad
leading
matchup.
with it, though, I think is actually unfortunate. You really want it to come in once Chris is set up, because if you're not attacking with it once he's already set up, he's going to just knock it out and have the price trade in Chris's favor.
That's definitely true, and that's not what Jake wants at all.
No.
Oh, boy.
Lots of shuffling. So much shuffling.
That's the game we play. We love it. Yeah, and he's just going to promote that other Mew because he was only able to bench one Zorua.
Yeah.
And Chris does have a Riolu with a strong, so he could have a Lucario ready to go pretty
Yep.
soon here.
We're gonna attempt to catch her.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
think
flip another tails.
He wanted to take out that Zorua on the bench there.
Just to give you a heads up, we
Yeah.
are currently entering all of you into the computers. We will be
Here's
getting
the thing,
your
though, is that like
player roster as quick as
He doesn't
possible,
run-
but right now we are just
or he
getting
does
everybody
run
in, so
3
hold
Lele.
tight.
3 Lele's? Does he run? He runs 1 Lele.
Yeah,
But
Chris
it
runs
looks
one,
like it might
Jake
be
runs 3.
prized.
Yeah, he's like showing us his deck. I don't see a Lele in there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So he's just gonna grab.
He's like, guess I'll take the Lucario.
Yep, and then Chris is gonna be in top deck mode. Either hopefully drawing, like he's definitely taking a knockout on the Mew here.
You know, because does he have no supporter in hand?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
just
that
has
Lele
he
was
has a
his
choice
one
band.
way to draw
So
cards.
he's gonna hope that of the 2 prizes, he drew a Lele or a prize.
He does get to take 2 prizes off the Mew, like you said, before that Mew actually got to do anything.
Yes.
So this would be good for him. He didn't even look at his prizes. Maybe he got a supporter off it, but I like that style. It's just
No, I don't even.
Not even
It doesn't
look.
matter. Me getting hyped up on what it is won't change anything until it's my turn. So I'm gonna look at it on my turn.
Right. So it's kind of like a little intimidation tactic there.
It doesn't matter. I got this. It doesn't matter what they are. I still have the win. Yeah.
Exactly. That confidence.
I like the confidence. Chris
And-
wins. We can ask him about it.
Yeah, we can say, is that a ploy? Is that on purpose?
What's the ploy?
Yeah. The mind game's the next level.
Yeah.
But Jake doesn't get anything going on his
See an
turn.
artillery.
He
We
just
see a choice
retreats-
band still.
Just retreats and promotes that Riolu because he doesn't want his
Super
second Mew
run.
going
What's
down.
that last card? Is that a Sycamore or a Cynthia? It's Cynthia. Nice. So we did
Cynthia.
hit a Cynthia off of the prizes. So
Can,
Chris
like,
is back in this
hear
game.
that sigh of relief.
Oh yeah. Just the.
Like, thank God there was a
I had
supporter there.
nothing. I got my prizes were terrible, brutal.
Definitely. And a
Looks at his fresh
hand.
hand.
It's good.
Lots of options actually.
It's a good hand.
Yeah. Has the Riolu. He can attach an energy to it. He has the Lucario for the following turn.
Could be a lot worse than that for sure.
Look at his discards. Okay, you have 2 ends. You have Cynthia.
Just a couple supporters. Not a lot has happened so far this game. So he touches another strong.
And takes the knockout.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna use Aura Strike,
Yeah.
but he had to add the strong to hit enough damage there.
Yes. It also sets it up to where next turn he can Cyclone Kick for 3, which actually does a lot of damage here.
Yeah,
Because
what are we
it's
doing?
only base
170?
It's 130, right? Base.
Yeah.
Base 130. So 170. If you put a choice band on it, you can hit those 200s.
That's the real juicy numbers for Lucario for sure. And plus the added damage of the Regirocks, plus 10.
Yeah. So 210, which is
not
actually a
exactly-
really important number
yeah.
against the opposing Lucarios and the Zoroarks, both hitting 210, even though Zoroark is weak. But
Right.
regardless.
Regardless. And he gets a knockout with the Mew, so we kind of expected that to happen, and Chris had to as well.
Yeah.
But also the 3 Zoroark's on the bench. Those are threatening.
Yes, they
It's
are.
quite a draw engine right there. And now we have the same situation. This was basically the field at the end of the game, last game.
Yep.
A lone Regirock, a Riolu, not much else.
Yeah. The end last turn was brutal.
It was.
So, you see Chris kind of thinking he doesn't actually have many options. He has an artillery line in his hand, putting on the Remoraid, and then just gonna pass because he can't attack.
Ooh, this is pretty brutal.
Yeah, and Jake has so many cards in his hand, and then he gets to keep trading. And so, even though Chris is up on prizes, unless he gets some big pivotal knockouts in the next turn or two, like he really needs to draw into like a Sycamore, evolve the artillery up, Sycamore,
Yeah, well,
and then hopefully this Riolu lives,
And
which
it's
is
not
not going to
going to,
happen.
No. And wow, so then he's just stuck with this Regirock here, which, I mean, he does play 3 copies, so you gotta imagine this is gonna happen semi-frequently.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything for him. He has no attacker, no energy on the field. And I mean, the weakness is all very well and good against those Zoroarks, but I mean, at this point,
There's a choice banded artillery on the field.
that's the thing.
He chose that drawing an extra card there was more important.
And retreating this Regirock.
Yeah. We're gonna
Kukui.
Kukui. I want to draw more cards.
This is
Probably gonna
not good.
Put this down. He might start actually putting energy on the Regirock. It's possible that he might
He's
need to
gotta
start
do
attacking
something
with
at
it.
this point. I think that Jake's strategy of just taking out that Riolu instead of taking out the Remoraid, I mean, he doesn't know Chris has Octillery in hand, and he's got to be saying, like, well, I might as well take out the one chance Chris has in an attacker.
Yes.
I mean, Chris has one Buzzwole, but he'd have to find it. He could have a Lucario in his hand just as easily. And if he takes out the attacker, that buys him another turn either way.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, it definitely looks like Jake is going to turn this around from having kind of a slow start, little clunky, to all of a sudden he kind of just rounded it out, and now he's in a good spot.
So I think Jake actually has 3 prizes left, so the game is at 3-3.
Yes.
He took those very fast.
Very, very quickly.
So both players definitely know what they're doing in the matchup and have been making very good plays, doing everything they can to stay in it from Chris's side and from Jake's side, just trying to solidify the lead that he already has here and make this his game to win.
Yeah. The Sushi Master does have a bandana on. Goes down. More Regirocks. Floatstones on this Octillery. He probably has to draw cards here. He's thinking, does he attach this energy or not? No, I'm just going to draw 3.
I mean, every play that Chris makes has got to be super deliberate right now. He has to be very careful because he's going to have a very small chance to win at this point, and he has to make sure his plays give him the maximum chance of finding those outs.
And actually, he has the Ultra Ball here, so and as well as a choice band strong energy. So if the Buzzwole is there, he has enough cards to empty his hand exactly.
He's already drawn with the Biscuit hand, though, right?
Yes, he has.
He can't draw again.
But he gets to do it assumably the following turn.
Next turn. So he could start to get an attacker going here, which is what he really needs.
Yeah, taking out this Mew would put him in a really good position because then he only needs one more
knockout.
One more knockout.
To Jake's 2? Is that 2 now?
Yeah. Steady offs for the Riolu, saying, all right, Buzzwole doesn't quite knock it out this turn, so I'm going to just set up the 2-turn knockout instead.
Okay. Swiss rounds. Swiss rounds. Singles or threes. That's what I'm thinking with that.
And then we're going to go ahead and just pass the turn.
That's a question.
Nope, he's gonna fire off the Guzma now, try to lock a Zoroark into. And then
Was that?
I believe that's counter, right?
Yes.
Or corner?
No, not corner. That's on Rockruff.
Yes.
Not sure the name of Riolu's attack. Oh no, the card.
It's from UPR.
From which? Oh yeah.
And so
Oh.
detect. That
Detect,
is
flip
what
a
it is
coin.
called.
If heads prevent all effective attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. I
Whether-
was like, we've seen Riolu use Jab.
Yes, we have used jab multiple times. Whether or not the ooh, that's brutal.
We've got the Guzma here.
So he sees the Guzma. Guzma brings up that Octillery with Chris having no cards in hand.
Ooh.
And this Lucario is going to
Wow.
take out that Octillery. And Chris needs a good top deck here. One time
that
Sycamore.
was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Oh.
I mean,
Pretty good.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll definitely take that.
And Jake's sitting there laughing. You can kind of see him in the background, just chuckling a little bit. It was just
Like, oh my
really
gosh.
like, come on.
The bringing up the artillery there was definitely right, though.
Yep.
Chris, like you said, had no hand. But
We see the Lucario. So it's 120 goes to 140 goes to 160, 170, 180.
what is Chris going to do to close out this game?
If he has a choice band, he can knock out the opposing Lucario.
He needs a Lucario also.
He has the Lucario in his
Does
hand.
he? Okay, I
It
didn't
does
see
appear
that.
that he has the Lucario in his hand.
So here it goes. Oh, he did the detect. I already forgot.
Yeah.
Detect. He detected again. Detect, flip tails, and then that's the end.
That
of
was
the
the game.
So,
And that's gonna be it.
yep, that is it for Chris.